Here we are again,
Yes.
Minigunner. How's your week?
Good, was perfect.
Welcome to
Thank you.
CBRS Podcast number 8. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're still consistent. We shouldn't lose that, man. I'm
No.
going to tell this every week because consistency is the key to approach more audience and get guests on our show. Everybody sees that we have one guest here, but before we get into it, I wanted to run through a few things that we had happen. Well, first of all, we bought the batteries for the. We have
So now the on air is
now
glowing.
we're on air.
Yes,
Exactly.
now we are really on air.
Second thing is we tested the mic. And guess why we're not using it?
Well, we bought it for 20 euros.
Exactly. I mean, it looked nice, and I even pitched the idea, to have it for funsies, like just have it like you're using it, but just record the audio through a normal microphone. Yeah, it looks fun, you can see like a little teaser at the end of the thing.
But we're moving.
Slowly,
down.
Slowly but surely we're moving.
Some really interesting news.
Absolutely.
Number one, very important, 3Speak is up again and we can upload videos finally.
Thank you, 3Speak.
Thank you very much and congratulations to 3Speak, of course.
Absolutely. We still need to look into the Larynx points and coins to see how we can also just host ourselves the videos,
Yeah.
Because that's very interesting thing. It's one of the things that used to be available also back in the days of the DTube, where you can actually host your own videos, right?
Yeah.
So that is very interesting.
Yeah.
For the unknown, yesterday I had to work very, very late.
I was just wanted to say, why do you look so tired, man? What happened?
Well, first of all, I needed to close at the shop, and I came back home probably 2 o'clock, 2 a.m. in the morning.
And then went to sleep?
Of course not, because because Path of Exile 2 is out.
Oh,
so my night was morning, actually. I think I went to sleep 7 a.m.
No, really?
But I'm a level 12 witch. So I must give the props to Path of Exile. After the whole Diablo 4 fiasco, I find that they did their due diligence the same way they did it back 10 years ago when the Diablo 3 was struggling. Yeah. And then the Path of Exile 1 came out and everybody's like, are you kidding? It's a free game?
Yeah, exactly.
And it's even more interesting than Diablo?
Yeah.
So we have the whole shebang
but
this time.
You can do so much there. So much.
Yeah. So that's exactly why I spent 5 hours after work grinding my gears. But not to leave our podcast guest today just listening about the games. Let's introduce Raymondspeaks from Bro Community and much more. How are you today, Raymond?
I'm very well, thank you. I had a late night and a late morning, so I'm sort of up with my fresh morning coffee.
Nice.
Getting ready to start the day, so you got me at a good time. I'm always better in the morning than I am late at night.
Perfect.
For me, it's the other way around, but we learn things.
Anyway, Raymond, that's your real name, Raymond?
Yes, Raymond.
All right, Raymond. So, who are you?
I am. That's an open-ended question. That's who am I? Right. So I'm Raymondspeaks, or Raymond. My journey actually started before Hive. I was a professional writer before I came to Hive. So I used to write on big platforms like the Huffington Post, and I had my own column on the Good Men Project. Big platforms with huge audiences, and I had my own blog. My own blog used to get must have been about 30,000 views a month, and I was contracting people. People would come and say, "Can I have a sponsored post?" And I was able to charge them $100 or $200 for one sponsored post. And I don't know, not to get all political reasons, but I'm a mental health writer, and I specifically write for men. And because all the woke stuff came in, and not to get all too political, but I went from being the blue-eyed boy to enemy number one, and all my work started dying down. My writing started to get thrown back at me, like, you can't say this is not politically correct, blah, blah. And I was like, well, life isn't politically correct. And I got so tired of it that I just jacked it all in. And that's when I came full-time Hive. And I'd been Hive ever since. And I was very lucky because, well, it was Steemit back then, because I came right at the start of Steemit, and I was like, hey, I'm this new author, fresh from writing on big platforms, and I think I was one of the first ones that they had. So I got like posts nuked into the thousands, and I was like, oh, now this is a great platform to come to. So that started off my Steam's a bit of a bad word, isn't it?
It's our history, right? It's our history.
Yeah. So that started my history. And you know, I wrote, and I've always been like, when I was writing on the big platforms, I always had my own business that I managed, like my blog, but I never had that anymore. And I always wanted to do something more, so that's why I started the Bro project, because I always know that the money's not in cryptocurrency, and anywhere really, the money's not in providing services, it's being a service provider.
Yeah.
And that's why I went into that's why I started the Bro community.
Yeah,
and
Bro
it was
community.
Like
tell us a little bit more about Bro community, because that's really interesting. I mean, when did you start it? Like,
so I started it off. The Bro community was started initially in 2018 as a knee-jerk response to all the men hatred that I saw everywhere, right? And I just wanted men to come together and have fun and be a source, an outlet. Like we even now, we have men that come here, and some of them don't really have a community, and they come and we become their community, you know.
I understand that completely, because I do it also locally, especially with my friends, and I noticed that quite well, that and nowadays men don't have any platform to chat, to talk about stuff. And
mancave.
Yeah, and
yeah.
What I do, so I make these barbecues at my backyard, and I just invite my friends, and they're all single men, you know, from various ages, and we just chat it out. We have a snack, we have a beer, you know, and I really feel how necessary it is for men to have a platform to speak out, because most of the time in like a work environment, even in a friend environment, they won't speak out about hard stuff, you know, about things that they're going, mainly being pressed down the throat and not talk about it, carry it on the shoulders, you know, and never to be seen again. But that doesn't make us what we are. We do have to kind of come out, because from inside it breaks us down, you know.
That's really right. That's essentially, in the very basics, that's why the Bro community was that's why it was created. It wasn't created with any financial plan in mind. I mean, I was mainly a influencer. I wasn't a business person. I had a little bit of experience in business with my blog and what I'd done previously, but I mean, I wasn't like this hardcore business guru. I just wanted to get men together and have them cheering and caring and creating a fiercely loyal community.
Very nice.
And that worked really well, because we launched it. I got my break when it's good to have friends at the top, because throughout my years I've met a few whale friends, and I've made quite a good connection with the whales. And I had one of them who liked my idea and sponsored my idea, and he delegated something like 300,000 Hive to me at the time for free, for no cost. He was just like, here's some delegation, do what you like with it. And we tokenized it, and the rest is history, really. I mean, a couple of months later, he without warning, pulled his delegation back, which made me shit myself.
Oh, no.
But, you know, we had created such a good community then, because I was like, look, guys, this has happened. And I gave my community the choice. This is like, we can just plod on, or I'll refund all your money. Because I hadn't spent all the money. The money was like there.
Yeah.
You know, it became really aware to me once I had made all this money. I was like, shit, I've got to do something with this.
Yeah.
And I still had the money, and they were just like, no, let's play on, man. Let's just go for it. So
wow.
We've had bumps in the roads, but through that, we've created a fiercely loyal community. Like, I mean, I've got this tier where if you own 1,000 bro, you're a dragon, and you have quite a lot of control over the social aspect, and you can tell me things like, I don't like this way you're going, and I'll actually listen to you. And we've had very few people sell out. And the only people that have sold out are actually because they've gotten pissed off the Hive and not because of us. Yeah. We've really created a tight-knit community. The bros are tight, man.
Yeah, it's very important. Very important because you don't hear that a lot. Like we have so many communities on Hive, and you browse for all these communities, especially like on social media and you on Discord channels. But like there are not so many communities that are really really working together for the cause, you know, really going think like people that think alike. It's just that they're there, but it's really nice to hear like the bro community, how strong you guys are and how passionate everybody is and really working together. Especially because I've seen all these projects on the bro community. That's what was also interesting. Like, what's up with all these projects? What are they? Like,
okay, so before let me address the first thing is the way we created a tight-knit community is a lot of communities get it wrong. Is when they start up a community, they create a top tier level where all the admins are, and they create a bottom tier level where, like, you know, plebs are. And I've always said that having that split is not good for the community. I usually do I switch it on its head. So I do it whereas I am the servant to the community. So like anyone that's admin are the servants to the community, and the community are the ones in charge, and they actually feel more power, and it makes them more loyal, if that makes sense. I'm loyal to them, so they're loyal to me.
Yeah.
So that is how I created that. What do you want to know? I mean, we've got so much going on.
Yeah, I mean, like, okay, let's start with I think it's like the newest project that you guys are doing is Gifu.
Yeah, Gifu. So we had one of our dragons came to me, actually, specifically me, and he says, like, I want to create a meme coin on Binance. I don't want it to be on Hive. I want it to be out with Hive. I want to create a meme coin where people can buy in and so on. And we spent months researching it, of course, and we thought of ways, because a lot of these meme coins launch and they dump, don't they? I mean, the new Hawk Tour thing.
Let's not go there. That is crazy.
The best one I've heard, the Hawk straight to a prison.
Did you hear? I'm not sure if it's real or not. Like on Twitter, I was reading that somebody said that she got paid $125,000 just to get this whole thing rolling.
I bet somebody else did it. They just wanted
and then
to
she
use
would get like 50% after it's all good.
I've also seen, like, I've heard the messages, and I've read like the interviews where they did like the spaces and stuff, and like you can clearly see that it's like an AI bot, you know, that is speaking for her. So I'm not sure, because from all the podcasts that I've heard, she was like, never, I won't do none of the OnlyFans, I won't do none of the coins and everything. But, you know, like, everything can probably get to you, and it probably just someone said, like, listen, we want to use your face or your name or whatever in a manner of that, and you're going to get, like, a piece of pie, you know? So
that sounds more plausible. Yeah, like, I couldn't imagine she orchestrated that. I mean, I've watched her live for a long time. She doesn't look like the brightest spark in the box.
No, she's like, what, I mean? 21?
So I couldn't imagine her orchestrating that.
Yeah, no. There's always some smarter people behind that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I think they've dragged her name through the mud. And I personally, I mean, she's just a sweet little girl.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but she's just a sweet little girl who wants to do good and earn a bit of money. And I think she might have got involved with the wrong people.
Yeah.
And that's probably what did that.
Anyway, so continue with the geek
Yeah,
food.
sorry. So I mean, one thing I've always been very, very cautious of, because when we launched Bro, my first ever totem, I had so many problems with it. So one thing with Gifu is we researched long and hard. I don't know if you know, do you know Crypto Eater? He owns Push and Shove token.
Yeah, well, I know Crypto Eater from Sprinterlands because he is a big people from Sprinterlands. He's
Yeah,
also
so
big people.
So he does the tokenomics behind the game. So we approached Crypto Eater. Our first aim, right, is once we had an idea, because we needed an idea, then we needed a business idea behind it, because we didn't just want a token, we wanted something that earns as well as, you
Absolutely.
know. And so we approached Crypto Eater and we says, look, how did you do your push and shove totem? What was required? What was the expenses? Here's our idea. I'm only looking for advice. And he liked our idea so much that he actually asked to join our team. So we brought him on our team, and we obviously paid him, of course. But he's now our official tokenomics advisor, and he does everything BSC for us, which is great because we aren't. It might shock some people, not all people know this, but we're not really very technical at the top of the Bro team. We're mainly influencers and community managers.
No, absolutely, but that's how it is. We are content creators, right? And of course, if there's a smarter person who knows how to do that, why to invent the wheel, second time?
That's why you have Hive. You have so many different people. This was also, that's why CBRS was kind of, that was the whole idea also, about the soup we talked already before, saying that the soup cannot be the soup without all these ingredients, and all these ingredients are actually the people that join the specific project, and each has its own part. So and Hive has so many, all kinds of people that you can find.
Hive is I love Hive. I don't think people realize how much I love Hive, because I believe, I still believe this, I've believed this for many years, that there will be a tipping point, on Hive. Maybe it might be $5, maybe it might be $10, where actually people exponentially ape in, because the thought of just posting one post and getting 1% of a whale vote is going to give you a monthly wage in a week, And I think Hive's got that potential. Obviously, it needs to have the people buying in, but then I think it's got the potential.
I just wanted to ask you, when did you join Steemit? What year?
2018.
No, 2016.
Oh my god!
2018.
2018, the Bro. Wow, OG, man.
I'm mega OG. I'm 3 or 4 months since the platform. I mean, the platform. We started. I started because I was in a Telegram. What is that? Slack group. I was in a Slack group, and someone came into our Slack group and says, "Oh, Steemit's a scam. I'll never make it." Blah blah blah. And curiosity, right? Well, what the hell is this? So I went and Googled Steemit and found out what it was, and I was like, "Holy shit! This platform was made for me."
Yeah,
it's literally made for me.
Exactly the same with us as well.
That was the same with us also. And when we look back, back in 2000, we entered to end of the 2017, but also looking back to one of the first posts where this chick was wearing the T-shirt and she had 11,000 or something, dollars for just a picture of her with a T-shirt.
Oh, so you remember those days?
Absolutely.
That's sad. They curbed that reward. They curbed that which was sad. But I remember there was one post, and it actually attracted media attention. I think it was the makeup post. I don't know if you guys remember it.
Yeah.
31 grand.
Yeah.
For a makeup post. It's like,
how insane is that? And we as content creators, we were like, we cannot trade because we're not technical good enough. Like I lose sleep, checking the markets. I go crazy about it. Mining was not possible. End of 2017, everything was jumped to extreme costs. To buy any video cards. Couldn't buy a video card for your own computer. For a decent price. And then we found out Steemit, and from there, one post to another, and then one video to another, you get the $50 for a 30-second meme video. You're like, okay, let's sit on this for a little while.
But you literally had people saying like, okay, I'm gonna quit my job.
I remember that. Yeah.
Like you really had people thinking like, okay, this is it. Like if I can.
People bought houses from the money that they made.
Yeah.
People in Netherlands.
In the Netherlands, somebody in Netherlands, like they sold, I think half or even all. I think, and they bought a house. So
not even all. There was like a half or a third that they sold it.
Wow.
So like when I started Steam, I still had my blog and I was still writing on platforms, right? But I mean, literally, I took myself on holiday with one post. One post put me on holiday that year to Germany, I think it was, to a friend's wedding. And it's like, Jesus Christ, I've never seen anything like it. No. It was like, wow.
Absolutely. That's how it happened. Now, going back to your projects, man.
We're still on Gifu.
So
Gifu,
many things.
Binance. So where are you guys at the moment with Gifu?
So we earn, our main earning point from Gifu is through the fees. So the idea is I'm not too hugely caring about the price mooning at the moment, because our aim is to get people trading, right? Because if they trade, we get fees. At the moment, we're putting those fees into the liquidity pool. We aren't really taking a wage from it or anything. So we're putting these fees into the liquidity pool, we're building that up. But eventually, when we get enough fees coming in daily, we'll save those up, put them in a pot, and then it will go towards buying a developer to build us out.
Hookers, cars,
hotels,
jacuzzi.
So one thing I've realised, is the fees on Binance are quite insane. Like we don't get much. I think we get about 1,000 trading volume a day, and I mean we rack up about $250, $300 a week. It's like if we had a huge trading volume, right? And I think, God, these developers who get the trading fees, what do they do with them? Because you see,
they stack up.
You see these the tokens go up and then down. It's like they really eat the trading fees and get their piece of the pie. Because that's one thing I've always said is we won't be greedy. Like the team under my watch will not be greedy. We'll be honest, straightforward.
Clip it.
Clip this one. Okay, this is going out. Hot tour.
3 years later.
I'm a very humble guy. Like I don't want insane money. I just want enough money to be comfortable.
Absolutely.
And if I can do that, because like I don't know if you know Taskmaster. Do you know Taskmaster?
Yeah, of course, yes.
He taught me a really valuable lesson. I'll never forget this till the day I die. He says,
get out.
He says, Raymond, if you make people rich, they will make you rich by proxy. And I thought about that for a long time, and I thought, holy shit, he's actually right. So that's why I don't take huge cuts or anything like that. My principle is make people money, and by proxy they'll make me money.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's how bosses work. You pay them and they make you money.
No, but it's really, really cool that that these kind of projects are happening on Hive, especially now. Also, like you're going outside of Hive, they're going to Binance. So there are so many possibilities that people could do. Like especially if they want to represent Hive, you can go outside Hive and just do it. Why stay in Hive?
It's natural.
I was surprised in how easy it was. Like I thought creating a token on Binance Smart Chain would be really, really hard. It'd be very, very expensive. And, you know, it's just basically knowing the right people. I mean, once we had paid Crypto ETH's fees, got them to hire a dev and do all that, it cost us around about $1,000. It wasn't much at all. I mean, considering the large fees that you can't, I mean, to get something properly done, make sure that it's solid, that's really cheap.
Really cheap, absolutely.
So you got a couple of more projects ongoing. So I think like Legion, I saw Legion.
Yes.
I think it's like it's one of the first ones after Bro community, like because it's long. I've seen it for a long time already.
So Legion we dropped to the Bros. Basically, we wanted to expand. Right, I had a big pot of money at the time. It was like raging bull market 2021. I had a huge pot of money. And we wanted to expand. I realized, how am I going to get this huge pot of money, because it was a lot of it was personal finance, into Bro without me just going, there's all that money, and then when it goes into Bro, it gets split with everyone, and then it's not my money anymore. So I thought, how am I going to do that? So then that's why we decided to start Legion. So we started Legion so I could invest in the ecosystem and build out new stuff. I mean, we had games planned for Legion, we had airdrops, we had all sorts. But unfortunately, the 2022 dump came, and that was brutal, man. That sliced off 99% of what I had. And Legion has been hobbling along. I mean, we've kept liquidity for people. Anyone that's wanting to sell out has been able to. We're hobbling along at the moment, but now that we're moving into the next bull market, I should, because like I never sold anything. I opted for under the bridge for the last 2 years and held on to my assets so they would thing again. So all my Splinterland stuff, all the stuff that I held on Binance Chain and Sol and all that stuff is still there, and it's actually starting to go up. So I'm going to liquidize all that when the time comes to protect myself from what happens. And then people should see quite a bit of action from Legion when that happens, because I'm not like saying, oh, it didn't work out, sorry guys, better luck next time. I am like we bought we slowly but surely bought all the inflation off the market. I mean, it's still going quite well. Our voters are, we've got about 15,000 in assets back in Legion at the moment. We've got a growing voter. We're not, because we're actually earning more than what we're putting in. We're growing our Legion support voter, so that's been growing in HP. So we're just like growing Legion slowly at the moment. I wouldn't say there'll not be any major moves in Legion for the next few months, but the plan is that Legion, that'll be the next big thing for Bro. But in the future, realistically, the last bear really killed that project. It was such a shame, because I was like, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do the next thing. Let's create a token. Let's learn from all the mistakes that we've made from Bro, and let's just implement them all in Legion. We'll have this fantastic token. And the stupidest thing that I should have done was implement the oncoming bear market, which I never did, because I was like, oh yeah, institutions are in now, this thing is never going down. And I was probably the biggest mistake I could have ever done in my life. So I really suffered for that. but I haven't given up on it. It's still my next plan to bring the next big thing.
There is no success story without those, drops and falls. I think that nothing good comes without the risk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And plus now you guys are more ready than ever because now you have a great community.
We have a great community. 5 years experience in this sector now. I mean, we're ready and ready to go.
Advertisements, go! But okay, some cool projects. I think you have much more going there because I see so many different.
Sign TV.
Yeah, I seen also like what Sign
TV.
Yeah, what
Sign
what is
TV.
It? Is it only because I've seen the front end of Sign TV?
So why not? I'll give you an exclusive right here, right?
Hey, only on CBRS podcast.
So, Sign TV is is a place to talk about films and TV. So it's like a blogging platform. It was one of the tribes. So tribe.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. It's a tribe. And we had money. So out of my own money, I completely revamped the front end of Cine. Unfortunately, it didn't work. The dev work was disjointed. People weren't working together. It was a mess, right? Let's just say it turned out a mess. However, we've been quiet on the front. We've let people sell out. We've let people, ditch Cine and give up on it. Because, people are very in the moment in crypto, aren't they? They don't see the long term, they see the short term. So we wanted to just completely be quiet on that. But we've got a dev, and he's been working for the last few months now, and he's working on completely revamping the front end completely around. He's built it from the bottom up on his own terms, and it's going to be a completely new platform.
Nice.
Completely new platform.
Looking forward, yeah, definitely ready to test.
Yeah. So hopefully this one there should be a lot of new things like videos. I can't go into too much, but
it's okay.
There's going to be and some new functions as well. Let's just say related to NFTs. Maybe the first of their kind. So that'll be.
You heard it here first. Nice.
So not to go into too much, but we are looking at breaking some boundaries with that. But that won't be ready till next year. So we're just like plodding along, just minding our own business with that.
Nice. So it is good to hear you are not giving up on these projects.
I don't give up. I'm not a giver-upper. No. I mean, thanks.
Yes.
If you look at Dogecoin, I mean, look at that community. They were like,
Can you believe people had like millions and millions? They were like just for they would like send each other or like buy something for like $2 million just for fun. Like, I'm gonna send you $2 million. There you go. And now you're sitting there going,
yeah. I think at one point, I remember getting hyped up on Doge, and I really remember thinking I had something like 19 million Doge, and I was thinking I was going to be a millionaire, and I was like, I got tired of waiting, and I sent it, and now I'm like, what an asshole, man.
Okay, so you've been this through also, people that have been through this, they just gotta shut it down.
Everybody has the FOMO story. Everybody has the FOMO story.
Oh man. Well,
I know also that you do a podcast of your own. What's the podcast about?
Oh, it's just basically like what you guys are doing. That's exactly what I do.
Okay.
Just alone.
Just get grabbing people and getting to know what they're doing on Hive, what they're building, what interesting things that they've got. As I say, I'm having that. I mean, it's quite a big existential crisis at the moment with my background.
Yeah, I just wanted to say.
As a leader of a well-founded community, it's quite a. I'm really having an existential crisis. I'm hoping to change that soon. So once I really get into that, then you'll see I'll be back on track. Videos every day. That'll be awesome. But right now, I'm really struggling.
Well, I wrote as a question, since you have a podcast, I wanted to ask if you have any tips, but I think we're in a position to give.
Change the background.
yeah, change. I mean, you guys have got I look at your setup and I admire your setup. I remember before I came on here, I did a bit of research and I was looking at it, I was like, damn, I wish I had a setup like that, man. I'd be comfortable doing videos every day.
That's cool.
Hey, so you guys have got a really good setup there.
Let me tell you how you can fix it up.
Right.
Fix the picture that it will be straight, first of all. It's on my nerves.
Yeah, really, I'm also looking at it like, what the hell is it? What's going on, man? No. No.
Let's leave it at Let's leave it at
It's meant to be.
Open the curtains and give some light in.
You don't want to see outside.
I can.
Is it dead bodies there?
Oh, that's a good idea, actually.
Yes, there'll be more lights.
And take everything from the table and put it down. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, or put a white curtain behind you.
just like a shower curtain around. Just around.
That's a good idea, actually. I've never considered that. I've
never
actually considered opening that window, and that would solve. Because my main issue with this setup is it's dark and dingy.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I can tell you why, because we tried it also with our curtains closed. And
if you see our first podcast, you will see we have closed curtains, and it just was so dark and
it gives you the yellow thingy also. So the window open is a pretty good one, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for that tip.
Yeah.
I've got the reason I've got these windows closed is because the blinds behind it are broken. So I'll just remove the blinds. It's
exactly.
Fine. Just get rid of the blinds. Done.
Because the first 10 seconds are very important once you post a video. So imagine people seeing the thumbnail, think, "Hey, that's interesting. Let's start." Nope.
I've done. I mean, I don't think you guys know how much transitioning from writing to video is huge.
Huge.
I don't think people have an idea how huge that is. Yeah. It's like with writing, you can captivate the audience because the audience are come there prepared to read.
Yeah.
And it's not that hard to write something captivating, but on video, man, you have to get them in the first 15 seconds.
Exactly.
You have to have all the right conditions met. I did an insane amount of research on that when I got the DHF fund. So I was like, I want to do this right, and I've researched everything from how to audience retention as well. That's another big one on me. I've been absolutely really looking into all of the way Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast podcasts?
No.
The
podcasts I didn't watch, but
he's got some insanely good advice on that. And it's I've actually increased my retention by about 30% on my videos, but I still don't get those people in. And I think it's because my thumbnails are boring. My background is super boring and super looks like I'm under a bridge, So I think once I get the clean air, just like I'm a proper influencer look, then I'll be a different story.
I think you have enough people in your community that could help you out with that.
Yeah, they do. They go. And when are you doing another video, Ray?
Yeah.
No, but the thing
I'll tell you something, right? Do you know? You guys should post. Have you got Twitter Premium?
We had, but we have to get one still. But yeah, it's just, I always have to look in my own budget because we're always spending our own money on it. So yeah.
Okay, so here's an idea for Twitter Premium. If you post your cold beetroot soup podcasts on Twitter Premium, you'll get far more engagement. Like I posted one of my videos that I've done for the bro community. I did it on YouTube and then did it on Twitter.
Yeah.
So the YouTube one got about 100 views. The Twitter one got like well over 1,000 views.
But did you take the content creator premium, or you took the one that you earn money from the post or not?
No, I didn't earn anything. I don't have enough subscribers or anything
which
like that.
Subscription did you take on Twitter? Because now you have
Premium Plus.
Premium Plus.
Premium Plus.
Okay,
yeah. It's one for the highest engagement. It's like the engagement on Twitter. If you have a good premise, the engagement on Twitter is way higher.
Yeah. We'll need to figure out that.
We do have some okay engagement on Twitter right now. Like our podcast was shared by Hive also. Was really pretty cool to see that.
Yeah.
It's just we have to try it out.
Yeah. I wanted to go back to content creation also, like talking about communities and how communities can help. For us was literally the same when we joined the D-Daily community back in 2018. And for us, it was all the people who were content creators. And from each other's videos, we learned so much. For me, vlogging was also a new thing. And only by literally doing it, trying it, 1 minute vlog, express, like just speak. And you get over those boundaries of saying and you get yourself kind of composed into speaking properly, like in one go,
Yes, it took me so long. It took me so long to get over the ums and the ahs. Like if this was 2 years ago, I'd be like, my name's Raymondspeaks, and
no, exactly what
you get better at communicating and talking, because this is quite a hard level to get over when you're just talking to a camera and you haven't got anything else.
True.
It's quite but by actually doing it daily, you get over it.
But you have specific, like I'm also now, every time when I'm speaking, I still didn't learn it. I'm still going, hey. Remember when we went to the Lithuanian embassy and they had this game where you had to speak to somebody constantly without doing the and then he would go to the next one. Then you could see really how fast people would go to like somebody even started with you're out.
It's so easy.
It's just so easy because you are thinking out loud.
Yeah.
And good
luck not in Chinese,
Because now I'm thinking about it, and it doesn't come out naturally because I'm like, I want to go, maybe, and I cannot speak normally anymore.
You can't.
No, I can't.
No.
That's it.
I knew that since our friendship.
Anyway, but like,
if you're interested in that, I've actually part of. One of my ideas a long time ago was to start up. You know how, what's his name? Andrew Tate has Hustlers University.
Yes.
Right. Forget about Andrew Tate because I don't like him.
It's fine.
It's okay. He's not in jail.
Yeah, but what I was going to say is I created like service levels for Legion. So like if you had 1,000 Legion, you would get access to channels where we would have people who were gurus to access those channels. That was an idea a long time ago. It's not really worked out. But if you guys want to share information with me on how to get better, I'd be up for that.
We're super interested. Let's definitely brainstorm on this idea. It's
because like you guys have already given me some great actionable advice about my background, and I've gone from in like 2 minutes, I've gone from existential crisis to, well, I can actually probably do this now.
from a dungeon master, you know.
Dungeon master.
So I think, because like no one in my community, everybody wants me to do videos in my community, but no one's an actual video creator. Like no one's interested in creating videos, so I don't have that actionable advice from experience. So if you guys want to come in, or I'll come into your community and we could share. I think that would be really
absolutely
good.
For a little fee of 10% of bro community.
Oh, that's so good. Wait, let me see how much Legion do I actually. I know I have something.
While he's searching that, I have maybe we're coming to an end of the podcast. I have maybe the last question to you. Do you have any other hobbies besides writing and being an influencer on blockchain?
So I love history.
History?
Yeah, I love history. That's one of the main reasons I don't do well with religion and I don't do well with politics, because both things always seem to try and mess with history.
Yeah. So, question to you, a quick quiz. What do you know about the 1410 Grunwald War?
Oh no, I don't know anything about that.
Okay, well, there goes your history.
Come on, history's a huge subject.
Well, you started it.
I'm particularly interested in ancient Rome, ancient Greece, because those ancient Rome plays a huge part in how we are today. Like there's still some cultural influences from there today.
It's human patterns. It's human
really
patterns.
Bloody interesting.
Yeah, it's human patterns. You cannot take human patterns out of the human, you know?
Exactly. You can actually track the decline of the Roman Empire to the way we're going. It's like...
Yeah, they said that, I think, I don't want to, I'm not a history buff or whatever, but what I've heard was that when, in ancient Roman history, when they started to dabble up with the how you call it, with the genders and that kind of things, that way, when they fell off.
Yeah, and mainly, well, I don't know, but there was a lot of when the Rome started to decline, there was 3 points, right? So it was the advancement of religion into politics. So like, all of a sudden, people were finding the spear of David, yay! And rather have a normal attitude that was celebrated. And they spent like 100 years doing this, like people finding the spear of David or the cup of Isaac and going, whoa! And then 100 years later, they realized that all the knowledge that they had 100 years ago, they had essentially forgotten it, and they couldn't read the ancient Greek texts, which gave it, like, they had theorized splitting the atom, they had invented the combustible engine, but they had none of that knowledge anymore. And rather than government saying, we've messed up, let's work hard, they just outlawed all science, and that ushered in the 1,000 years. So that was one. The other one was inflation of money. So the government just started printing loads of money and thinned the supply out completely crazily. And the other thing was, I'm not too up on this, but I think we did go the same way, and the mishmashing of the genders and so on. I think that was the strong nuclear family just went, you know. I'm not too sure on that, but that's what I've kind of read. But I love history. I really love history.
So the 1410 Grunwald War was in the Lithuanian Empire when we fought off the Cross Crusaders.
I was looking at a history map with my son yesterday, actually. Wasn't the Lithuanian Empire huge?
Lithuanian Polish Commonwealth Empire was the biggest Commonwealth in the whole Europe. It was all the way till the Dead Sea.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
For how many years?
2.5.
Look, we're here. We're powerful. And we're gone. And look at us now.
No.
It's
I don't know for
And
how many years.
that's another thing. Like, people are not allowed to be proud of their country anymore. Like, I don't see
That's
anything
crazy,
wrong with that.
yeah.
It seems like you guys are proud of Lithuania. Like, I'm really proud of. I mean, okay, we did some bad shit, the British, but we also did really good ingenuity, you know?
Now we're so proud of our country that we even started cold beetroot soup because it's our national dish.
And
very
also,
cool,
like
yeah.
the 1410
Yeah.
Greenwald War, the picture, like the original picture from the war is like 14 meters long, like and 5 or 7 meters wide. And I have like a mini version, which is like 1.5 meters, just above my computer in my man cave, you know, sitting up. And I love this picture.
We're gonna show it next podcast.
Yeah, I'll send you a picture. It's
Yeah.
really, really nice piece of art.
With the googly eyes, somebody put there. Yeah, cool.
So I guess this is it, Raymond. Thank you so much for coming on our podcast. It's very fun to talk with you, and I think that from here on we have a little nice, beautiful friendship building. And
Yes, absolutely.
later in time we're gonna ask you to come back and say what are the developments on your projects, and maybe we can jump on your podcast if you wish and have a chat
Yes,
there.
I'd like that.
Very cool.
I'd like that.
And we will definitely be on the bro community as well. I'm there also for some time.
Yeah.
Been talking there.
Guide me in
some
and
people.
I'll
I'll guide
check
you
it
in. Yeah, really awesome.
And do you have any last message you want to share? Some information where people can find you?
Or some nice quote for everybody. Don't lose your money.
Yeah. Like, well, okay. Here's a good one. Now, guys, listen to me, right? You're about to enter the phase of euphoria, and you're going to think that you're the richest you've ever been, and you're going to get really greedy, man. You're just going to want to stack that money high, really high. Please, at some point sell, like, because the crash that's coming is one. I mean, if you think about it, 2021 crash, it knocked something like a third of the crypto market cap off, which is billions of dollars. This time it's going to be trillions. It's going to be disastrous. Sell that money, right? Go and buy yourself something good, or put it in a stable coin, HBD. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. HBD.
Exactly, HBD.
14% APR.
Yeah.
Smart.
Bitcoin, 100. 50.
We'll see something like that.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think people realize the crash that's coming. It's like every year, every pump, the dump is always bigger and more disastrous.
Yeah.
Like last time it liquidated some serious projects. This time it's going to liquidate some crazy stuff. Like, and there's always a fall guy. Like, I think Sam Bank, as much as he messed up, I think Sam Bankman-Fried was the guy that everybody pointed to, but I think he was the fall guy for all that money.
Absolutely.
You always
They had to blame someone, right? The BlackRock, the big companies, BlackRock, you know, they need someone to fall for them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now, thank you again, Raymond, and hopefully to see you
thank you very
on
much.
other episodes of CBRS Podcast.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to drop a message in your DM, and I'm going to ask for your Discord, and I'm going to join it. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yay!
Thank you.
Yay.
Until the next time, man. Maris, have a great week. I'll see you.